Hello, beautiful human. It's Angela the Roseheart. It's my pleasure to be back with you on YouTube. For those of you who are new to my content, I am a modern shamanic practitioner in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And occasionally I do extended tarot and oracle readings for the collective to make sense of what is going on astrologically, what spirit is telling me about all of the changes, and what an epic July we just went through here in the United States, as well as how we can harness the energies. We had that amazing double full moon in Capricorn during the month of July. We are now entering the new moon phase here pretty soon on the same day as Mercury retrograde on August the 8th. And we are in the middle of the Lion's Gate portal, which peaks on August 8th, 8/8, the Lion's Gate coming up soon. So this is going to be jam-packed with information and tips for you as individuals on how to navigate this energy, how to harness the power of this energy to manifest and to set intentions to bring forward in your life that what you are ready for, and also to do some letting go, because it's a great time to do that. Anytime we're going to get into that. The cards already have messages for you on letting go and kind of cleaning up your house. A second part of this is going to tie into more of a collective message where all of this is happening not only microly for us on the ground as individuals, but also at a macro level. Those messages are coming through super strong for me right now. It's as if everything is really connected. I've always felt that everything is connected anyway, but what we're starting to notice is that karmically, everything's coming together really, really quickly. And what is happening on the ground is happening up above. So as above, so below. And I will describe later the differences that we're starting to see with the rise of the divine feminine, the fall of the toxic masculine, but how it's all going to work out if we stay positive, focused, and become more of an observer as opposed to someone who wants to kind of inject ourselves into what's happening, into the three-ring circus of the things we don't control. Okay, so about a week and a half ago, I was in Punta Cana and I was pulling some cards. You may have seen that reading or not. And I did this on the day of the second full moon in Capricorn. And the reason I'm going to revisit this is my spirit guides are telling me that this energy is still here. Okay, this is really good stuff. And by the way, they're reminding me. So Archangel Gabriel and both Gabriel and Michael are here. They are always, always, always with me. So if you are open to receiving their blessing, their protection, it is extended to you by proxy. And also they're just kind of reminding me of any time you connect to this message, even if we are in or outside of the date timeline, as long as you resonate and connect with this for your highest good, it applies to you. So what we had here is for the collective as well as for individuals. Those of us have been doing a lot of work. So those of you who are really doing the work to set intentions and to let go of things that no longer serve you. And here's a tip for that. How many of you are starting to feel bored with the same routines and repetitive things you've done over and over again, and you're just not feeling the satisfaction you used to feel? Maybe when you go out with a certain group of friends, you don't find their jokes as funny anymore, or you're kind of getting bored with the same old thing. That is a sign of growth. Now, sometimes we have a hard time letting go of what we're used to because it's comfortable. We like our routines, but everybody is being pushed. I'm talking everybody, every single person on the planet right now. We are all being pushed forward because there is a lot going on with the solar flare energy. Our bodies are being upgraded with electromagnetic currents. I'm not going to get too far into that. And astrologically, we have jumped into what we call in metaphysical spiritual circles timelines. So we are really in this space of manifesting it as what we want. As long as it is for us and we are not projecting that onto other people, it will come back to us in a positive way. So if you're doing the work on yourself and you are open to letting things go that no longer serve you, like outdated friendships or just your routine, or maybe it is even a relationship. Like some of you might be ready to cut the cords, okay? Or it could be things like you're tired being depressed or sad all the time. You're being nudged out of your comfort zone and you know it. You just have to kind of get your ego out of the way. We have to allow our ego off to the side so that our heart can speak to us. Then a gift is being offered to you. This is the Page of Pentacles. It's a small offer, an opportunity, a gift, perhaps a spark of hope with a new opportunity, a new relationship. a surprise, maybe a gift, something that comes totally out of the blue, but maybe it's something sweet and innocent. All right, and look at all the sunshine there. We are now in Leo season. Leo, the lion, is the sun is the planet that is at home in the sign of Leo. So right now is a good time to be open to receiving sun energy. It's also playful. You can see this page is kind of like a youthful male. It's time to embrace and embody a little bit more youthful joy in the world. It's hard sometimes, but hey, we got the Olympics going on, so that's something good we can look forward to, right? This is the season right before the kids are going back to school. So if you have your little ones at home, have a little more fun with them before you send them off to school again or college. And if we are open to receiving those gifts, this is how the Wheel of Fortune turns in our favor. So if you're willing to let go of those old thought forms, patterns, behaviors, belief systems, things, those routines that are kind of keeping you stuck, and you're starting, you're in this rut. You can't get out of it, or you're miserable all the time. Well, duh, it's because you're not paying attention to all the things that are right there in front of you, that all you need to do is reach out and grab it, or just be open to receive. Surrender and trust the divine that is always with you, always, in allowing things to flow through you. But the key is always letting go of what no longer serves you. And if you're willing to let it go, the divine will always give you something in return. And right now it's reminding you, now's the power to do it, right now. Because they want that Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, because on the horizon, so many good things are bubbling up to the surface for so many humans on Earth right now. There is just this massive amount of potential that we've never harnessed before, that is new, it's fresh, it's within this new timeline. We're in the age of Aquarius now, where we're all living through this, what's called expansive energy. Okay, we are entering into something called unity consciousness. Now, some of you feel it, some of you don't. It might be a ways away for some of you. We're gonna see new births coming forward, a whole new generation or regeneration of life. But you've got to be open to receiving it and trusting that you are part of this positive change. And I pulled a card just for today, and it was this sweet card, which is the Six of Cups. Now, as you see, these cute kids, they're like little kids exchanging each other gifts and things like that. Again, this is more youthful energy, to be open to receive, to be playful, to get in touch with your inner child and explore, get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe call up a friend, do some reminiscing, but it's also stressing that you want to live in the present moment, because abundance is ahead of you. It's not behind you. I also was drawn to the Shaman's Dream Oracle today, and there were 4 cards that popped out. And the first one literally has to do with getting your house in order. This is the number 1 card in the deck. Okay, so we are at a new cycle. We are at the beginning of a new cycle. We got a new moon coming up on the 4th, the same day as Mercury retrograde. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not fearing this retrograde. Now, for those of you who are kind of new to what all this means, is Mercury always goes retrograde about 3 to 4 times a year. And with that, Mercury is the planet of messages, communication. Things can go haywire, but it can also be the planet of surprise. And I have a feeling there's some spicy surprises in store for people who are doing the work. So continue doing the work. Clean out the closets that need clean, the garage, go through the attic. Also, this has to do with cleaning out those old relationships that no longer serve you, that I referenced earlier. This has to do with anything in your life that's holding you back, okay? Whether it's physical or non-physical, people, places, and things. And this is the sword, the Magician's Sword. This also popped up. This is the number 37. Interestingly, we have a 1 card, and we have a 10, which is also 1. 11 is a very powerful master number. But the Magician's Sword is also saying, look, I got you. It is safe for you to cut those cords. It is safe for you to end it. It no longer serves you. And by the way, people in your past or currently in your sphere of circle, everybody's going through this. And when I say cut people out of your life, it doesn't mean that you'll never see them again, or it doesn't have to be a bad ending. It just means that you've moved on. Some of my dearest friends that I used to see all summer, I don't see them anymore because our lives have all changed. We might see each other once a year now, but it's okay. I bless them on their own unique path and journey, because we're all moving forward. We're supposed to. We're growing through life. And the color schemes are the same. And what I want to call out about the color schemes here is, if you are familiar with the chakras or the energy centers in the body, the red and the orange and the brown, that is more grounding, connected to Mother Earth energy, but it's also connected to fear, The seat of fear is literally the seat we sit on, the lower chakras. Sometimes we fear change. We fear stepping into new things. This is just reminding you that when you do the work, you see that light shining through? You see this light, this enlightenment, and we are in the season right now of the sun of Leo. The light shines on you. You will have the courage and strength to do what you need. You just have to make the decision to do it, okay? And in doing so, I picked a card from this other deck that I purchased a while back that I was excited about, the Astrological Tarot. Very cool, very interesting deck. This is the Nine of Earth. The Nine of Earth also has to do with pentacle energy, okay? So earlier I showed you that Page of Pentacles card from Spirit that was from a week or so ago when I did that reading. By doing the additional work and stepping through fear, okay, seeing your own inner light, your inner magic, which you are full of, by the way, inner magic, you have the ability to embrace abundance in your life. And so many of us right now are wishing for good health, happiness, a better job, more money, a way to sustain our lives in a happier and more sustainable way. This sword right here is saying, look, you are the magic. It's inside of you. It doesn't live outside of you. It's inside of you. So if I want to pause for a moment, I want to talk about, the new moon, and I want to talk about the 8/8 portal. This is where it all comes together, the magic for you right now. New moons are opportunities to set intentions and affirmations to bring new things into your life. So if you were to say, it is my intention to live a healthier lifestyle, whether it is to give up drinking as much or smoking, vaping, losing weight, exercising, whatever your thing is that you want to do, maybe connections, you want to get out and meet people, set that intention and visualize yourself doing it, and then make the steps to go do it, okay? So that's how that's how your magic starts to happen, and before you know it, all of these things start to fall into place. This is no joke. There will come a time in the future where I will tell you how I completely transformed my life in 2 years. 2 years. I'm a totally new person, and how it is possible when you really set intentions and you are very thoughtful and focused on your goals in that way, how things happen for you if you're willing to let things go that don't serve you any longer. That's the issue. We're still trying to stuff everything into our house, but we know we can't fit anything else in the garage, right? You got to get rid of it first in order to bring new things in. So maybe who knows? If you harness that sword, maybe you'll be able to fit that new car in the garage. You just never know. All right? So the power of this new moon is to set those intentions to bring it forward. The augmented power of the Lion's Gate, I'm just going to net it out real quick. The Lion's Gate is when Sirius is the brightest star in the heavens, aligns with Orion's belt and Earth, and opens up in the sun, and it opens up this massive portal. And the biggest day of the Lionsgate portal is on 8/8. So there's a tremendous amount of extra energy and cosmic power at our disposal. So if you're setting your intentions on the new moon, or right around the new moon, anytime really, and then you set them again, but let go of what you're releasing. So set the intentions, do the release, and say prayers. And you know what? Here's a trick. It doesn't matter if you pray to a Christian God, right, or to Jesus, or to Mary, to Mother Earth, to the stars, to the universe, to Source, to all of it. Just pray. If it's from your heart and you're doing it from a place of pure integrity and truth, they hear you. This is another sign that they're listening. All this light right here, this light, think of Lion's Gate, sun energy, Sirius, the stars, they hear you. They're going to deliver for you. You just have to be patient. The thing that you have to learn, I had to learn this myself, is to not place a timeline on it. You've got to trust the universe to let that magic happen in the right way so that they can create the perfect storm for you and hand it to you when you're ready for it. The trick is learning patience. So in summary, for you as an individual, you are super powerful. You have everything you need to bring into your life that which you seek. If you just really believe in yourself and you put the work and effort in to take out the trash, right, inside of you and in your house, and then invite in the new that benefits you. in the right way that resonates with your heart. One other tip is make sure it is for you. Do not ask for something for your loved one, or you might. A lot of people are struggling right now, and my heart goes out to you, and I don't mean this in any malicious way whatsoever. But we have a tendency sometimes when we pray for other people that we don't really know what God's plan is. But I often say, please provide strength, grace, and courage to the family members, as well as the person in need. You can still pray for the highest possible outcome for all parties involved. That's really what I'm trying to say here, without trying to force God's will. So I'm saying that with compassion because I want you to understand that all of us, every single person, has gone through hell in one way or another. And some of us are going through it right now. And I'm sending you that love. I'm sending you that love. And Archangel Raphael is actually on his way to you, those of you who need it most. But I'm doing so out of pure love from my heart and without karmic attachment, because I know that Source, if you are open to receiving it, you will receive the courage and the strength and the trust and guidance you need to get through whatever challenge you're facing right now, and the peace you need in your heart. You have the power to get through anything, to plow through it, and to trust the divine, that everything has a purpose. Even when it hurts, everything has a purpose, and that you are strong enough to get through it. So I am sending you that love. I'm sending you that healing energy from myself as well as through Archangel Raphael, if you are open to receiving it, for the highest possible outcome for your soul's growth and purpose. Now, switching gears. My, oh my, I mean, I'm just getting hot thinking about it. Of course, it's about 86 degrees out here right now, so that doesn't help. But anyway, we have had ourselves one humdinger of a month of July, have we not? If you are in the United States, if you've missed it, then you must be living under a rock. Okay, so what the hell's going on, right? Like, what was all that? Well, I was very tuned in personally, because the reason I went to Punta Cana, or one of the reasons, was, so I was releasing some things from the past, and I did my own little full moon ceremony at the beach, and I was getting prepared for that. And oh doggy, while that was going on, you know, I just happened to see the headlines that Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race and Kamala was taking his place. And I, like most of you, did not know what the heck was going on. Okay, so I was picking up signals from my spirit guides. And some of you may have heard me talk before about the rise of the divine feminine, which is part of the new earth. We are now in the age of Aquarius. We understand that as we are shifting into the age of Aquarius, we're leaving behind patriarchy. So patriarchy is on its way out. So for the last 2,000 years, we were in the age of Pisces, which was the era of patriarchy, where we had male-dominated structures in religion, in business, in families, everything, right? The head of household, all of that was male-based. We had this interesting transition over the last 50 to 100 years of where women were starting to change their roles, all right? And now we hit this tipping point, now that we are in the age of Aquarius. It's not only about the rise of the divine feminine, it's actually about the balancing of the divine feminine and masculine. But in order for that to happen, first, the divine feminine has to be restored to her equal place of equality with men. That's how it was before the patriarchy. There was the era of the matriarchy, then the matriarchs went off the deep end, and now the patriarch, and now the patriarchs are going off the deep end, and now we're back to, all right, it's time for the modern woman to step forward and lead. What we're also seeing, however, is the rise of the divine masculine. In the last 10 days, I have seen more men step forward and speak for women than I have had. I don't think I've ever seen it before. It's not toxic. It's not demeaning. It's not rude. It has nothing to do with divisiveness. It's just that we are finally entering a phase where one gender can appreciate the other equally. And that's a good thing. So along with that, we are seeing the shrinkage of toxic masculinity. Now, toxic masculinity can also live in women. The characteristics of toxicity are ignorance, out of control anger, rage, excessive swearing, divisiveness, mean-spiritedness, nasty thoughts, doing harm to others, thinking about doing harm to others. I think you get my drift, right? So that energy, we're literally in an energy war right now, where positive energy, which is acceptance, equality, neutrality, living in the good zone, living in a let living, not entangling yourselves with other people's business, staying in your lane and doing so with, with thoughts of the highest good for yourself and for those you love, and living in love, like staying in love, peace, harmony, and balance. That's all in the good zone. Now, we all have work to do, okay? No one's perfect. I'm just saying this is in terms of energy. I don't want you to think of this in terms of politics. I want you to think of this in terms of energy. That's very important because you're going to have a mix of everything. And we're all being tested to be open-minded, to be accepting, to expand, because the age of Aquarius is also about expansion and new ways of thinking, new ways of being and living. It's about breaking down old structures that no longer serve, cleaning house, okay, to invite in new energy that's youthful, growth-oriented, and unity-oriented. It is a unity consciousness. So we're starting to see the seeds of that being planted now. So how this works with the collective is that the advice Spirit gave me is that they want you to literally rise above it. Think of yourself as an eagle flying above the skies, or a bird of prey for that matter. Something where you can see everything on the ground. But you know what an eagle doesn't do? An eagle doesn't participate in it. An eagle kind of minds its own business, and a lot of you do that, right? But you're still putting your thoughts, you're still projecting your thoughts, you're still harnessing your wishes, you still want to control an outcome, right? We all struggle with that. That's not what an eagle does. An eagle lets go. It says, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the laser thing I need to focus on, like, what am I going to make for dinner tonight? Who's dropping the kids off at soccer? How late am I going to get? Am I going to get to the office? Like, what am I wearing to work today? Like just life things that are for you. Stay out of the fray. All right, rise above it. Because when we all, like the rising tide lifts all boats kind of mentality. If we can all get ourselves there, we can all live in better peace, balance, harmony, and alignment, and love, quite frankly, okay? The other thing is, this is the as above, this is the so below. This one is the galactic mushroom. This talks about the divine matrix going on the ground, here on Earth, because what happens in the skies is balanced by what happens in the earth. So think of a tree. You know how you ever see a beautiful big oak tree and how it's sprawling out, and it's just so gorgeous, especially now at this time of year. But yet it's always fascinating to me how the equal size of the tree is in the earth and the roots, but we never see it. The galactic mushroom, the matrix, the secret matrix that's happening underneath the earth right now is making a lot of things come into alignment for us. Because Mother Earth, as a part of this new Earth 5D solar flare hitting time bombardment that we're in right now, Mother Earth is reclaiming her sovereignty. That is why we are having all of these weird weather patterns, and we can't predict anything. There's volcanoes and earthquakes and all kinds of shocking things going on because Mother Earth is purging. She too is getting rid of the things that no longer serve her in order to create a better world for all of us to coexist upon. So trust the divine that's happening around you. Trust what's happening on the ground. Things are happening in the ether of our existence. When you look out into the three-ring circus of life and you see what's happening to our political structures, social structures, religious structures, sporting events, everything, it's all happening for a reason. And you don't have to like it. But here's something I want you to understand, my friends. Karma is real. And karma is serving justice right now. Karmic justice is being served. And for some, it's happening like instantly. So when I offer you advice about staying out of karmic entanglement, I really mean it. Because if you attach yourself to a negative energy, a negative thought, that feeds the negative energy. It's literal food, it's fuel for bad things to happen. But when you send things love, you're able to transmute it into peace and kindness and balance and harmony. Because you're that powerful. You have the ability. You are the magic sword. You can do anything you want. So if you choose wisely, good things will come back to you. But if you choose negatively, negative karma will come back to you as well. And I'm not wishing harm on anyone. I don't want harm on anyone. I'm just trying to paint the picture for you. Energy is real. What you put out, you get back. Therein lies the challenge for humanity right now, okay? It's really about what energy you want to be in. I pulled the Six of Air. This is also about balance, right? Balance within oneself. But it is also calling us to go inward a little bit. Let's reflect on ourselves, each of us individually, on how can we become better humans? How can we put better thoughts into the air so that we can manifest more for ourselves, the abundance we seek, the desires we want, the pentacles, the good fortune, the opportunities that we want for ourselves and ultimately our families. So remember, it's the power of positive thinking in this instance. It's literal, okay? And during this Lionsgate portal, new moon energy, even retrograde, you have the power to harness whatever it is you want going forward, coming into this new cycle, because we are in a new cycle and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be crazy. There will be things we won't expect or see coming, but you are strong enough to get through it. And we're going to get through it together. As always, if you are called to a specific healing or reading, or if you have issues with any of these specific things that I talked through today, and you would like to set up a private session, I am happy to work with you over Zoom in my private studio here at my home in Pittsburgh, PA, or at Evolutionary Minded Wellness in Etna, and or do a reading. And either way, I wish you nothing but bountiful blessings from the universe. And I will see you again soon. Take care, everyone.